So this is when my daughter was born a year ago, and sort of in a John Radcliffe Hospital, the maternity wing, I think it's called the Spires or something, it's midwife-led, it's that hospital in Oxford. Laura wants to be in a different position. The contractions, surges, that's the word you're meant to use, are near constant now. She swishes about in the pool on all fours, on her back, then finally squatting like a frog on her toes, heels up, knees outward, and we lock at the eyes and the forearms. Laura here dives within herself entirely, as clearly as if physical fathoms were sought. She deliberately goes within. The pool is raised, so I'm able to see Laura's vagina perfectly, and my eyes dart between hers and the true focal point of the action. And in this moment, the midwives seem like cornermen in a prize fight, hanging back, knowing now that the coaching and strategy are over and only nature remains. I can see the mound of the head round and burgeoning behind the vagina, which is not yet open. Laura somehow manages to be completely primal and well-bred simultaneously, finding a voice I've never heard before, but still not swearing. Yeah, amazing. She said gosh and stuff like that. Like Enid Blyton swear words. Ridiculous. I don't know how she did it. It was brilliant. There is but one moment of doubt amidst this giddying climax. I can't do it, she says to Marie, who responds again with the barely perceptible smile. Laura, no one in the history of mankind has not given birth after reaching this point. With this Gnostic promise received, Laura roars more. It is intense, and an aperture emerges, heralded by an unfurling flume of blood like a silent clarion call, and I see the head. A small circumference, a coin-sized revelation of the top of a baby's head. How can it all be so surprising? How is it so amazing? I mean, this is what we're here for. Why then is it so amazing? More surges, more roars, more PG swearing. The vagina opens and I can see more head, and now I am involved, like a very late 89th minute penalty at Upton Park involved. Like life and death truly depended on football. Then our arms locked, another push, and 50% of a human head appears. It is beyond spectacular. So often spectacle is without substance. Another push, more roaring. Both of us now, me effing and blinding and omming. Laura screaming, a life-affirming animal scream. An instrument to measure pulse is produced. The head is nearly out. The baby's heart has slowed. A few glances dart, but we are reassured. It's normal, says Marie. Then another push, and the whole head, for a moment, just the head is out. Nature, this extraordinary and vivid sight, this strangeness, a head lolling below the surface, so peculiar, but just nature. And then a final push, a scream, frozen clocks and stillness. The body emerges and moves not with independent motion, but with the caress of the water. Once I tipped a dead goldfish down the toilet and was saddened by the resurrection that the water granted. In water, the fish rippled in elegant perfection, and for a moment it was as if life had returned. This baby is moving only by the power of the water. The baby looks like an effigy of a baby, a doll, a special effects baby, a model. The motion is provided only by the water. All is so quiet and still. Laura and I both reach down. She takes her. It's a girl. The cord trails and tangles, then in her mother's arms, with searing and sudden certainty, as if touched by the finger of creation. Her eyes flash open, and life possesses her and exudes from her, like seeing behind the curtain as she moves from life's shadow to life. How different is inanimate flesh to a living being. I watched the life flow in, and in this moment where she came online, where her consciousness ignited, I felt new life enter me. I've heard new fathers say, I never knew such love was in me, but I always knew. I just didn't know what to do with it. When I saw her, I knew. I knew her, and I knew what to do. I climbed into the pool, and Laura talks to her daughter. Hello, I'm your mummy, and you've done so well. She doesn't cry, but we do. Not sobbing or weeping. Tears run as if a newly acquired altitude is wringing them from our faces.
Ladies and gentlemen, Russell Brand!